All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and who teach well. Much peace and mercy to the hopeful elect. You brothers and you sisters, wholeheartedly waiting upon the Lord Yahweh to send his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, to deliver us from this captivity. To USA Shalom. This is going to be like an open forum type video. I just wanted to go over a few things in the spirit. You know, this whole war with Iran is really taking up heat, or yeah, you can just say it's taking up heat. It's getting hotter and hotter, and very soon, very shortly, you know, this will be the commission of World War III. Right now, we know through prophecy that World War III will not happen until the MOTB, which is the mark of the beast, be established and made mandatory. Right now, yes, people are using it. There's a lot of people who, you know, are talking about it, whistleblowers or whatever. But as far as it actually being made mandatory, it's not made mandatory yet. You can go in any store you want to, tap to pay with cash still, etc. But the first thing they're going to do is they're going to start getting rid of cash. Once they get rid of cash, that's when they're going to start getting rid of debit cards and credit cards. And you already know what's next. So that's the main prophecy we know to look for. To know, you know, scriptures say, you know, look up, for your salvation is nearer than you believe. Because Yahweh Shem Shai, these prophecies are all set up in chronological order. So we know once that thing happens, oh, it's over, man. We basically, we almost up out of here. You know, we always say it, you know, we almost out of here, but we will like literally be right there up out of there. You know, that's why the scriptures say, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. You got to endure. You know, it's going to take a lot of prayer, fasting. It's going to take a lot of self-examination. You got to examine yourself consistently, man. You know, because you can let certain thoughts slip through and you don't rebuke it. Next thing you know, now you in a fucking downward spiral of folly. You know, wicked evil thoughts. You know, so you got to rebuke those thoughts in the name of Yahweh Shem Shai. Those was, you know, one thing. You know, charity, being brotherly, etc. Man, Jake get these nice ass fancy cars just to smoking them, bro. This is ridiculous. So yeah, so you know, through prophecy, you know, this war is starting to heat up, man. And Yahweh Shem Shai has the angels out there, you know, working on the minds of these people. The scriptures say that the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord, right? As rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So these different nations, these kingdoms, these kings, you know, they're doing the bidding of Yahweh Shem Shai. So at the very end of the day, Yahweh Shem Shai is gonna basically send that destruction over here, man. This is Jeremiah 51:1. Thus saith the Lord power, or saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst thereof, in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind. Now that you know, you go to Psalms 83, it gives you a whole list of the different enemies and how they came up against us as a nation. You know, our enemies are the Lord's enemies, and vice versa. Whoever the Lord's enemies are is our enemies. You know, what was that? Is that Psalms 93? Who? Let me see. I think that's Psalms 93. Like, no, it's not. Let's see something really hot, really fast. 92. Psalms 92, and I'll start at verse 7. When the wicked spring as the grass, and when all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever. But thou, Yahweh, art most high forevermore. For lo, thine enemies, O Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies shall perish, all the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. So Yahweh Shem Shai is ultimately going to destroy the enemies of his enemies and our enemies, which correlates with each other. Verse 11, it says, "Mine eye also shall see my desire on mine enemies, and mine ears shall hear my desire of the wicked that rise up against me." So we're gonna actually witness this, man. We're gonna witness this. We're gonna actually see. Scriptures say, "Only with thine eyes shalt thou see, and behold the reward of the wicked." When the missiles come and the elect is beamed up, looking down through that sea of glass, you're gonna witness, these 2/3 niggas, these Edomites, these heathen, Jake, it might be your family members, man, that bucked up against you, or that was giving you all hell. You're gonna see and hear them screams and wails. You see? So how about Shemel Shai? Going back to that Jeremiah 51 and 2, it says, "And will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about." So you got the fanners, right? You got these different nations set up to ultimately egg on this destruction, right? And the Lord does it through the angels. The angels works on the minds of the people to fulfill His bidding. This is Revelation 7:1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. So you got the different 4 corners, right? You got north, south, east, west. These different angels are set up to, you could say, orchestrate that which Yahweh Shem Shai tells them to. Verse 2, it says, so the point of verse 1 is Yahweh Shem Shai is holding back that destruction. Verse 2, it says, "And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads." So there's a mission, there's a requirement, right? And we believe through the Spirit that requirement is fulfilled. And that's the reason why these prophecies are starting to pop off like popcorn. Pop, 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 pop. Right? Joel 2:20. Joel 3:1. 2 Ezra 15, 2 Ezra 16. Jeremiah 51, which is what I just read. Jeremiah 50:51. Countless of scriptures are starting to speak. Habakkuk, though it tarry, wait for it. It will surely come. Though it tarry, it will not tarry. These visions are yet for an appointed time, and we're now really seeing it. This whole back and forth spat with Trump and Iran. The Iranians blocking the Strait of Hormuz. The different goods, fertilizer, medication, all the different things that come, through that strait is at a halt, right? And you know how bad it's gonna look if America backs down from this fight. That's why we're working on peace negotiations. There is no negotiations, And even if it comes down to it, the scriptures say, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction shall come upon them. So even if, let's work out a deal, they're going to, instead of Esau doing the backstabbing, they're going to do the backstabbing. You see? It's this man ultimately is a serpent. The scriptures call him the old serpent, which is Satan and the devil, because he's that same spirit that was in the garden, right? That beguiled Eve into sinning, which Eve brought that sin to Adam, and and it was the fall of man. So that same spirit worketh in these Edomites. You can't trust a goddamn Edomite. So Yahweh Shem Shai is about to get rid of these people, man. Scriptures say that the wicked were created for the day of vengeance. Proverbs 16:4. The Lord Yahweh hath made all things for himself, even the wicked for the day of evil. So these Edomites are going to be destroyed, man. They were set up to show us what wickedness will be like on the earth. How sick the earth is. The earth is sick, man. Can't yield its increase. Esau was like, man, fuck it. If we can't have the earth forever, we're going to destroy it, or try to destroy it. And you can't destroy the earth. Scriptures say that the earth abideth forever. You can't block out the sun. You can't count the numbers in the heavens. You can't measure the deep in the oceans. You can't do it. So guess what? The covenant between us, who are the Israelites, will never end between our power. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. It will never end. That covenant is an everlasting covenant. It was a promise made to our forefather Abraham. And the Lord has to keep his word. So I'm ended there. I pray this is edifying. I just wanted to make that through the Spirit. Until next time.